Hello, it's Alex with Collectibles, and we are doing our Mono Red Commander with Wyll, Blade of Frontiers, in the background, Street Urchin. Helming the deck, the Gambler. Wyll is a 1/1 legendary human warlock with fallen abilities. If you would roll one or more dice, instead roll that many dice plus one and ignore the lowest roll. Whenever you roll one or more dice, put a +1/+1 counter on Wyll, and we get to choose a background. The background we chose is the Street Urchin, giving our commander the ability to pay one generic mana, sacrifice a creature or artifact to deal 1 damage to any target. We'll be rolling dice and flipping coins, pinging targets, and making Wyll as big as possible to hit our opponents, if we want to. Or we can just have Wyll hang out and watch the magic happen. Oh, and we will be attending a carnival or two with his deck. Our ramp is artifacts with Soul Ring to Commander Sphere. We have added Component Pouch, which ramps us as well as allows us to roll dice. Luck Bobblehead and Vexing Puzzle Box also give us mana and give us another ability to roll dice. Card advantage in the deck is not straight card draw. It's in the form of Impulse card draw or Rummaging with Chaos Chandler, Priority Boarding, Tibble, the Fiend-Blooded, and Wand of Wonder. The disruption comes in the form of damage with Slight Malfunction and Tibble, Rakesh Instigators, Devils that do damage. Creepy Doll destroys creatures if we win the coin flip, and our background just lets us ping any target by sacrificing a creature or artifact. Since we have 2 Tibble Planeswalkers, we added Tibble's Trickery to counter opponent spells, or counter one of our own in case we feel like gambling. The board wipes, we have a few. We have Blasphemous Act, Boom Pile, Thunder Wave, Rolling Dice, and Vandal Blast because only we can have treasures. The deck is dice rolls and coin flips as the way of the Gambler. So we pack this deck full of ways to do both. Wyll allows us to roll an additional die, as does Barbarian class, making sure we like the results. Clown card gives us tokens and gets bigger. Swarming Goblin can give us a few bodies. And Rad Rascal and Draconian Gatebot open those attractions and carnivals that we talked about earlier. What are attractions? Attractions are artifacts that you don't cast. They sit outside the game in an attraction deck. You start with a minimum of 10 in constructed, and you open them with a card that says to open an attraction, like Rad Rascal and Draconian Gatebot. Then, at the beginning of your main phase, you roll a 6-sided die, and you visit each attraction with the result lit up. So you're able to visit multiple attractions. The ones that we chose to include give us tokens, pump our creatures, or disrupt our opponents with tapping or bouncing their creatures. My favorite being Hall of Mirrors, making all our creature copies of Wyll, giving us a lot more dice to roll. In addition, we have other cards that give us rolls and flips. Delina copies a creature, Circuits Act gives us tokens, and Sword of Hours can double the counters on Wyll. To protect Wyll, we equip him with protection like Swiftfoot Boots, Leather Armor, Lava Spur Boots, and Mirror Shield, so we can swing in to hurt our opponents and have them a little protected. Oh, and we did include Krark the Thumbless, so that we can flip a coin and maybe copy our spells. Our path to victory is pinging our opponent's creatures or our opponents with the Street Urchin background ability to clear the board or have Wyll swing in, taking our opponents out with commander damage. Or we can just slowly whittle our opponents down by flinging those creatures and artifacts at their faces. We will be rolling dice and flipping coins, so the payoff from them will lead to our victory. Brazen Dwarf damages our opponents when we roll dice, and Maddening Hex damages enchanted players. Chance Encounter and Okaon, this creature that I can't pronounce the name, can help us win, with Krark's Thumb giving us an additional coin flip, making that a better possibility. We did add a late game combo to the deck. With Wyll, Street Urchin on the field, and Stormkiln Artist, you wait for an instant to copy or cast one yourself, and then cast Fury Storm. This will ensure you end up with an astronomical number of treasures on the field by copying Fury Storm over and over again. Then you just use those infinite treasures to pay for the Street Urchin's ability to fling an infinite number of treasures to your opponent's faces, winning the game in one explosive turn. That is the deck I like to call the Gambler. Flip coins, roll dice to win the game. The next video will be a mono green commander combination with the least amount of decks on EDH Rec. Halsin, Emerald, Archdruid, and Acolyte of Bahamut. How will I build the deck? Subscribe to find out. Check out the description for a link to our other Commander Spotlight videos, as well as our product overview and openings. Best of luck with your pulls, best of luck with your games, and have a good one.